My phone cut off again. But as I was saying, if you watched a majority of part one, as you can see, it was psychedelics that really turned my eyes towards this whole spirituality thing, because coincided with these psychedelic trips I was going on was not only reflection on these experiences from a, I guess, spiritually structured perspective, but I was looking deeply into Hinduism and Buddhism, Taoism and Zen, and listening to different lecturers, which I still do to this day, like Alan Watts and Ram Dass. They're my go-tos, and really it blows my mind. I feel like I should just take a moment to say this. Everything I've come to understand, it isn't new stuff. This isn't new stuff. This is ancient understandings that people like us have come to realize. And, what it was in all this Eastern mysticism that caught my attention was the mere logic in it. What you see on the surface is really just like the cover, all Krishna and Shiva and Buddha and all these crazy faces and gods and deities and stuff, and it seems like just another religion. But upon looking for a little further into these things like Buddhism and Hinduism and Taoism and Zen and this kind of stuff, there's something going on in there. There's something that they've tuned into. And before I even knew about that, what I just said, I felt that. I felt that these people know. These people know something. And Ram Dass, who started taking psychedelics and then went to India because he felt as if he couldn't maintain the wisdom that he was achieving in these altered states of consciousness, and he felt like if he went to India, he'd find out or find somebody that could teach him how to. And every now and then I kind of feel like that to an extent, as if I went to spirituality after seeing these extraordinarily mind-bending realms of the psychedelic, to try and find some sort of, that's the difference, is I wasn't trying to maintain that chaos, that crazy, heightened, spiritual state, I guess you could say. I was just trying to find out what the fuck was going on. And I still do to this day. What I'm sharing with you all right now towards this, really the better last 3 years of my life, into 4 years now, has been psychedelics and Eastern mysticism. It's really it. And a lot of psychology and philosophy coincided with that. My cats are playing in the background, by the way. They might get a little rowdy. But, yeah, it was really around the same. When I got involved with the psychedelics, I started looking into Eastern mysticism and the things they were saying. Not only at times seemed to modulate the psychedelic trips I was having, the states of awareness I would find myself in, the feelings of dissolution between boundaries and stuff, and realizing that I am just the universe, just the universe. And that's what that's what Buddhists are talking about. That's what Zen monks are talking about, and Taoists and stuff, and like I said, there was something in there that I felt like they had a grasp on something, or better yet, they had let go of something, and they seemed like they had acquired something from it. You know, tell me you don't get that vibe as well, whether you believe in it or not. Doesn't it seem like they're doing something? I mean, and what I associated myself with was very ancient types of Eastern mysticism. Not as much, go to your local ashram or monastery and sit and meditate. I was learning about mantra, and I was learning about points of awareness and focusing your eyes on the ajna, and breathing techniques that arouse kundalini, and trying to stop the breath, and crazy is a cult the word? But yeah, all this stuff was making me feel, I don't know, it was as if it was a sort of dilemma at first. Like, I was getting so far out, and I was leaving all these people behind, and I didn't know how to communicate with them anymore. Sometimes I still feel like that to an extent. If you watch my last video, or a few videos ago, don't rush the psychedelic path. I talk about that a little bit, how alienated I can feel from people at times, because, I feel like I've, come to terms with certain factors that are at play in my life, and it's as if all these people around me are ignoring them and pretending they don't exist, or they don't matter, or are cheesy or something, and it's like, it makes me wonder, am I crazy? Am I doing something wrong? And it creates that separation feeling, and that was a big part of the awakening, I guess you could say, and still kind of is at times. But what all this has been really doing to me, I guess, if I were to describe it, it's settling me down. It's pretty beautiful. All that's happening is I'm becoming mindful. That's it. And you know what? That's the first step in awakening, is becoming mindful. Realizing all the assets of what's at play in regards to mind and matter and reality and self and other and the conceptual mind. These things. Working with these things, it's like it's honing my mind in. All that's happening is I'm being able to calm down. I'm being able to take a second. I'm being able to chill and slow down and relax before I jump right on that next reaction that arises in me. It's like I can see it now. And I can see how my mind is trying to take me on all these trips, you know what I mean? And it just seems like an unfolding path. It seems like an unfolding path where, a lot of what I'm describing, the past 3 years going into 4 years, that felt like I had found something and I was going, And the past, I guess, year now, really, maybe a little longer than that, it's felt like I've been integrating. It feels like I'm living out what I've learned. I'm being with what I've learned. Being what I've learned, Experiencing it and seeing it and contemplating it and comparing it to other ways in which I think about reality. And what I've come to realize is I keep turning back to it. I keep turning back to it because it's such a foundational ground. It's such a basis of mind and living and how you put yourself off. You exist, I exist. What am I going to do about it? And it seems like that's kind of like... And when I say I exist, I'm also saying I'm angry. I don't like this. I really hope I get this. Oh, you know, the life. I exist is life. Life is happening. What am I going to do about it? And that seemed to be the focal. And rather than getting all caught up in the externals, it's like more and more I've been looking in and seeing how I'm perpetuating what's happening, or I'm the one that's making this more intense than it needs to be, or creating suffering, or being egoic, getting caught up in my own fantasies or desires. And like I said, all of this stuff, the psychedelic trips, I can talk about psychedelics completely separately from spirituality, as if it's... Because it's like it's its own realm of stuff going on. Psychedelics only convey spirituality to an extent, in my humble opinion. Psychedelics seem to be like, this is what you think you are, this is why it's a problem, fix it. And then it's like, alright, now that you've got that out of the way, look what else is going on. This is the meat and potatoes of the experience. Now that you're not worried about who you think you are, look at what's happening. And that's why I feel like psychedelics are, at least a little different than just spirituality. But they really did put my mind in some sort of place to look at myself and look at reality and what is available. The senses, the sights, the feeling, the hearing, the breathing, the being, everything. It's all just in the field of awareness, And it's like I'm coming back into it. It's like all this stuff is bringing me back in. And at this point, I'm really describing where I'm at now in life. Everything is a teaching, a journey. Everything is sadhana. There isn't spiritual practice and then daily life. There is no more of that in my experience. Everything is the journey. Everything is the teaching. I can't get away from it. I can't get away from it. It's here. It is what's here. Is awakening. And I can go on trips for temporary amounts of times before all of a sudden I snap back and go, wow, I was ego tripping hard. Or wow, I was attached to that hard. Or wow, I was the one that was perpetuating that. Holy shit. And it's like the way the past, your perception of the past coincides with the moment and how you feel about the future. It's what makes everything perfect. It's what makes everything in harmony. Nothing could go wrong, because what goes wrong is right. It's meant, purposeful, needed, necessary. And where I'm at now, it's as if I don't even have a spiritual practice. But it's because it is my life. There is no difference. There is no difference between life and awakening. I'm under the impression that everybody else around me is slowly awakening as well, and they'll eventually be in the same boat as me, or, it's kind of sometimes what I hope about with this channel, that I'll get in touch with people that are on the same level as where I think I am, But I'm under the impression that it's all teaching, it's all practice, it's all awakening, it's all unfolding, And the reason that, part one, everything that I said in there, that is like my story. That's my story about how I'm here right now, sequentially. But it's all right here. It's all right here. My perception of the past makes out who I think I am and what I think I'm doing right now. And it seems pretty, everything seems synergized together. It doesn't seem like something's disrupting the other thing. And if it does, whether I miss it for a little while, I catch it. And if I were to sum up how I found spirituality, to me, I didn't find spirituality. Life is spiritual. And I slowly realized it. I slowly remembered, and it makes me kind of want to tear up. I think we're all on a journey. Home. And no matter how long it takes to realize it, you'll find your way home, And I think it's beautiful, the different ways that we all get to that point. And the journey to that point, slowly awakening and remembering things aren't as bad or, in a good way, important as you thought they were. But yeah, everybody, I really think that's it. How I found spirituality was basically it's like my life just played itself out to be like that. You know what I mean? I was meant to be seen as the hippie stoner, and I was meant to take that on as my persona, so it would prompt me to at least consider doing psychedelics, in which I then did, and it is my life. It's my life. It's how it's happening. And I don't think I found my life. I feel like I remembered it. And that's what all the teachings seem like, is a memory. Like, oh yeah, that's right. Good God, no way. No way. I can't believe I thought that. So if you watched this video, thank you so much. I've wanted to make a video talking about like how I got to where I am now, but I didn't. I guess I just didn't want to make it about me, make it personal. I wanted to keep it revolved around things I've learned, experiences I've had, and stuff like that. Not really my life story, but I feel like this time, under these circumstances, it made a really good topic. And if you're if you watch this and you've watched previous videos or you plan to or whatever, I feel like this will give you a good example of why I am the way I am. I mean, I hope so. I hope so. I hope you were able to go, okay, that makes a little more sense. You know what I mean? So, to all of you, to every single one of you, even if you're not even listening to this, thank you. Thank you. You make this seem way more enticing and way more interesting. To all the people I've collabed with and had on my channel to talk with, and it's all just so great to be able to share this stuff and let other people in on it and stuff, and to meet new people that are living lives like I am, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. That's my one-liner right there. If you're a regular viewer, you've probably caught on to that by now. But seriously, thank you for watching. And I'm also serious when I say I'll be back with more. Might be a little while, might not, I don't know. I don't have a schedule. But this channel, I think, is here to stay, unless I get terminated or something like that. But regardless the topic, regardless the time, I will be back. So thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you.